we went a little over time. But we do still have a good 10 minutes just to circle back to our panelists and have a little discussion. We do have some moderated questions prepared, but certainly before we do that, we want to open it up to our attendees. And if there are any questions, either for individual participants or for the panel as a whole, please go ahead and make yourself known.
My name is CTAHR. I have a few questions. First one is, I'm just curious, from the people that dropped out of the program, they say why they, you said about
CTAHR, I'm sorry, you're really breaking up, at least on my end. You can try maybe type your question in the chat and I can repeat it for you. Sorry about that. And while we wait for CTAHR's question to come in, I would really like to, ask any of the panelists openly, are there, specific needs or ways that, other aspects of CTAHR could be involved or support your projects that aren't occurring already? I know all of your projects have a good collaborative and interdepartmental teams. That's part of why we selected you. But are there further ways that we could expand your guys' reach and impact through collaboration?
I'll just jump in, Noah.
Thank you, Janelle.
Yeah, I think this is a good start, and I've seen projects start at CTAHR in various areas of extension, even the food system group, who didn't even know that we really existed. And sometimes I feel because of our collaboration, it might be even just useful to talk at the beginning stages and can help accelerate some of those kinds of projects. So I welcome that at any time, but just people aware of the work that we do, so that, like you said, it's minimizing overlap. And even if it is similar topics, maybe even timing of when offerings are being put out there, collaborations in terms of trying to reach more funding opportunities, I think are always useful. So I do think the collaboration is very critical, and we can leverage each other to help further our work, help further the industry, and help access funding. So if people haven't worked with us, we're always open to talk, to increasing value, to just presenting and outreach to our graduate and farming community. So I welcome that always.
Nice, thank you, Janelle. Did any of our other panelists have a thought on that question?
For our project with language access, I think just a little bit echoing what Janelle said, but just keep us in mind, especially since we're trying to reach a demographic going forward who has historically not been reached. I mean, there's often reasons for that. So everyone has community and network outside of work as well. And if there are people, you know, aunties, uncles, cousins, neighbors, friends, other folks, you know, through your broader networks and community who could potentially benefit from the work that we're doing or be interested, just please just keep us in the back of the mind and reach out to help us make those connections to folks who've been not connected to CTAHR in the past. That'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, Emily, on the flip side of that, if there are materials like we think are important to be translated, is that something we can reach out to you guys about?
Definitely. Yeah, there's a question about that in the survey that's going to staff and faculty. And then if there's something, you can always just send me an email or reach out to me directly as well. That's super helpful. Thank you.
Awesome.
I could just take a sec to answer the question from Kahea in the chat. She had asked for those in our program who were no longer able to participate. Did we know why? And the answer is not really. I know anecdotally, I know one or two of the people who signed up, and some of them even received seeds, but didn't participate in the rest of the program. And I think it's just life getting in the way. We had meetings once a month for 45 minutes, but for folks with a busy lifestyle, you know, I think that's difficult to keep up that appointment. They may have actually even, like, I'm sure some of them at least did plant their seeds and actually did the project. They just weren't able to be a part of that cohort going through the process. But that's a good point. We should be checking in maybe more with those people if we can, to see if they can tell us if there's ways that we can make it better. We have heard from other groups doing similar projects on the mainland that sometimes it helps to have a little bit of buy-in in the beginning. For example, if they purchase the packet of seeds that they use, that helps to ensure that it's not just people trying to get free seeds or anything like that, but people who are really committed and willing to put in even just a couple of dollars to participate in the program. But that's a great question.
Can you hear me? Is this better?
Much better.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, thank you for that. I'm just curious because I think that is a bottleneck too, and trying to understand how to expand to those, I don't want to say audience, but broader peoples, right? And trying to understand what their barriers are to helping with increasing access to local produce and whatnot. And then I had a question for Ilima, actually. So I saw in your first slide that the average age of the Kanaka that would participate in the aquaponics were around 51 to 52 years old. Was there ever any collaboration with like teaching the keiki as well? Yeah.
Good question. So our keiki, we cannot put them into our study, but we have keiki tukupona, multi-generational families, and usually it's a cohort of 10 families at a time. So definitely we have all the way from babies up to in their 80s that participate in all of our programs. And for myself, I always make sure that the wahine as well as the keiki are doing the hardest labor and learning how to use the saws, the drills, and all of the tools, because the kane like to tell us what to do and get out of the way because we can do them too. Mahalo for the question.
Hey, mahalo.
Awesome.